Well, Jeremy LaFave. What happened there, bucko? Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. Walgreens Boots Alliance, what a name, by the way, has just announced their earnings, and they cut their dividend. What happened to the stock? It plunged. I think it was down 7 or 8% when I checked while I ate my Taco Bell over lunch. I'm about to take a huge dump when I get back to work. Anyway, we got to talk about Walgreens, the dividend cut, and all the other garbage that's going on. So first of all, there's really nothing good going on with that company. Okay, pharmacies, it's a very competitive industry. Okay, you got CVS, you got Walgreens, Rite Aid, which just declared bankruptcy, Walmart, Amazon. There's 100,000 different companies that provide pharmacy services. So you have a pharmacy, you go there and get your drugs, whatever. And then on top of that, you have a bunch of overpriced items that you could buy somewhere else for way cheaper. I mean, who shops at a freaking pharmacy? So if I were to buy an individual stock, I don't think pharmacies would be where I would go unless it was like trading for $1 market capitalization. Then I'd maybe buy Walgreens. But it's a very tough industry. On top of that, Walgreens had a massive run up and had a great time during the pandemic because we had all the shots. Everybody was going to freaking Walgreens and whatever to get their shots. And people basically extrapolated all of that massive increase in earnings, revenue for Walgreens during the pandemic-o. And lo and behold, the pandemic ended. Or well, it's always here now, apparently. But it ended, and now everything's coming back to earth. Almost like every other stupid stock and company that went crazy during the pandemic. So you have that effect right now where Walgreens really isn't growing. And as a matter of fact, I think they updated their revenue guidance for same-store sales to actually have declining revenues instead of flat revenues. So there's nothing bad going on, or there's nothing good going on at Walgreens. The only bright spot is the dividend cut, which is what a lot of people are going to disagree with me about. So they cut their dividend, I think, by just under 50%. So if you were a dividend investor and you bought Walgreens because of that juicy dividend, that dividend yield, bro, you got destroyed. Why? Because dividend yields are based on past dividends paid. You have to understand this. To calculate the dividend yield, you take the share price divided by the trailing 12 months of dividends. That's it. Now, keyword is trailing. That was in the past. That's over with. Past performance, past dividends do not indicate or guarantee future dividends. And that just happened with Walgreens. So now your amazing dividend yield, what your clowns are going to see, this is so true. You clowns are going to see an even better dividend yield because the stock went down and the trailing 12 months of dividends obviously haven't changed. They've already been paid. So you're probably going to buy the dip, not even knowing that they cut the dividend in the future. And as the shareholder, if you want capital returned to you, well, it's all about future dividends, not what you got in the past. Does that make sense? But overall, I think it's actually a bullish sign for the company in some respects that they're cutting the dividend. Why would they cut their dividend? Well, they're tight on cash. I think they posted a loss in this most recent quarter. They're losing money. They're barely profitable. They're losing money. They're probably burning cash. You don't want to be paying a dividend or a big dividend if you're burning cash, okay? Cash is the lifeblood of a business. How do you pay your employees? How do you pay your bills? You need cash. How do you buy inventory? All the crap that goes into a business requires cash, okay? Now, sure, you can buy stuff on credit, but you can't pay your employees on credit now, can you? You need cash. And if your business is losing money and it's not profitable, the best course of action is to save cash. You can use that cash to continue your operations, maintain your operations, and not go freaking bankrupt. And eventually, if you start doing better, maybe use it, I don't know, to pay off debt if it's high interest or something, you know? So I think the dividend cut is a good thing. But the stock has dropped because obviously it shows, well, number one, dividend investors are probably selling because they're clowns and they just don't get it, man. And number two, it is an indicator of financial stress for the company. But I think that was pretty easy to see if you just looked at prior earnings statements and looked at the industry they're in? I mean, if you have a company that continues to have contracting margins and flattening revenue, and it's in a highly competitive industry, I mean, sure, you can buy the stock and it may go up, but why take the risk on a stock like that? You got, I think Paul Gabriel bought Walgreens. What a loser. I think Jeremy LaFufu, he definitely bought Walgreens. I remember he said he put like $1 million into Walgreens. Where is it now? Well, I'm sure it's up 50,000% because it's Jeremy. He's always up, bro. You know, except for his schlong. That doesn't seem to work anymore. I know. But, you know, just stop, okay? Stop with the dividend crap. Stop listening to these freaking clowns. Stop buying all these individual stocks. You want to have fun, okay. But you got to understand what you're freaking doing. And I know a lot of you dividend investors, you won't admit it, but you bought it because of the dividend yield. And now your dividend yield, which is, in my opinion, misleading, is fake. It's wrong. It deceived you, okay? But you should buy the dip because now that the share price has gone down, the dividend yield has gone up, guys, right? Lick my balls. Time to go back to work. Cheers.